The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. 3/4 of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25.
Ready, set.
They'll start on the ground, ETN. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you get to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Under pressure is Mond, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on third. Yeah, I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Off the play fake, Mond. Got a man, it's McBride complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Mond looks to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I'm looking at this one with my defensive eyeglasses on, because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Mond now off of play action. And rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. P.J. Williams with a pick. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack, and now the interception and the pick 6 to take the lead.
Partner, you'd have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in, because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in at the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
Ready.
Mond back to the air after the pick 6. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. And they go play action here. Mond. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 2 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's Mon. That's complete yet again to Thornton. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Green jack. Blaster, 6. Black shot. Ready.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Okay,
Tough
ready?
spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss.
Drill green. Ready.
Mon going to throw it. He'll find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now Mon. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No 1st down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. York able to send this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. Someone are able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's #1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run here with Raymond Calais. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Well, you see the speed there of Daxton Hill reaching him before he could get back to the line of scrimmage.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
Now on 2nd and 13. Tannehill got his man, Robbie Anderson. Here's Tannehill. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is taken at the 15. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. He's got a man. That's Marshall. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Going for the deep ball. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Tyquan Thornton. His 3rd touchdown now on the Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because...
And he fires one that's intercepted. And the Lions will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Well, if you go by the numbers, you'll find as the temperature goes down, so does the passing efficiency. And now that we're in December, even the routine throws are going to be harder for the quarterbacks. And this one, it winds up getting picked off.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Ball tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Vikings are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. After the interception, here's Tannehill. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Danny Gray from 6 yards away. And the Vikings are able to move back in front. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 14-10. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded out to 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On 2nd down, a run with ETN. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Shot, 17. Red, yellow. Field, black. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
On 1st down, it's Tannehill. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they've got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
From the 44, on. They'll find ETN out of the backfield. On the move past the 40. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Mon. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The Lions move there. Look like nobody open. Now 2nd down. The Lions at 2-10 now on the year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mon on the move to his, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jeremy Chin picks it off. 20, 10, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, see, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play. They're getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick 6.
Yeah, he's trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Ready.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Well, we just saw something you don't ordinarily see, and that's him trying to deep ball after throwing a pick 6 on his previous pass. Normally, they give him something safe to get his confidence.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Channing Tindall, the one who got through to drop him.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they got no chance to win this game.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. It's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
He's got to be thinking about it.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Robbie Anderson Anderson, 55 yards. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Vikings 28, Lions 10.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going. And now here's another interception. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Calais. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance in guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Robbie Anderson, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Vikings are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Taken at the goal line. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, this offense trying to change the script here a little bit, CD. Trailing on the scoreboard, and the last time out on the very first play of the drive, they threw that interception.
And you definitely saw his coaches, teammates come over to him on the sideline, trying to help him shake it off because in this game, his team is down right now. So it's important to make sure you get some confidence back from both the quarterback and the entire offense. Otherwise, those mistakes could continue to pile up.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Striker, 3-3. 1-3 round.
Oh, he fakes a spike. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against.
And my goodness, another interception. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. But to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into the win.
And the Lions Pressure too strong. Down he goes. Jeffrey Simmons. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Tannehill. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't he?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. They'll throw now on the final play. He'll let it fly for Austin. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here's they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays, give us a break, back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line.
That's a game.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Wide open, it's Marshall, complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield.
22 deal. That's good for a Lions. Steal, black.
Mon to the air on 1st and 10. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
3rd down from the gun, it's Mon. This one finds Austin out right. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. They'll start this drive out on the ground, and they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. We've seen that before. Jeffrey Simmons making a stop behind the line.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he uses quickness to make a play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Jihad Ward from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Tannehill intercepted again. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. But to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there, still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in it. Hasn't been a banner day. They're trying their best.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. In for the sack, Deion Jones. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Dan under pressure again, and down he goes again. Hassan Reddick getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
So when you have good field position to start a drive and you give up back-to-back sacks, that can be demoralizing for a team.
Mon looks to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
York able to send this one through, and that will knock this down to still a very large 29-point deficit. They come through with 3 after forcing the turnover. And with CD's second half, you're starting inside the red zone. Obviously, they would have liked 6 out of that.
Absolutely, because that's all you're thinking is how do you get it into the end zone? You want the field goal to be the last resort. In this case, they gave it a great try, but did have to settle for 3.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And this pass caught by Gray. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Tannehill on first down. Looking for Gray and finding him once again. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And it'll be intercepted. And the Lions are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. Tackle there by big Jordan Davis.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On second down, ETN once more. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. Here's Mon. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And this returnable for Hines. So a 56-yard punt. They'll net 41 after the 15-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're in control here as they start 1st and 10, and appearing to have righted the ship following that 2-game losing streak. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. From the 39, Tannehill. Able to find Gray here. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. To throw is Tannehill. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance. The Panthers' stats have been, but as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one is over a long time ago.
On play action, Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Danny Gray, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during the series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Strike 2. Strike white. Yield blue. Cut.
On second down, ETN once more. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 40 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. The defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Green jack. Ready?
And they'll go again with ETN. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Running out of the gun with ETN. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are,
In this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. Third down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and then get anywhere close to a first down.
Black shot.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Mond. Austin brings in the quick throw. And he is going to have the Lions first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Mond out of the shotgun. And that's complete to the right side. It's Marshall. A big play there for Detroit. 45 yards. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Let's go.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on first and goal.
10 cycles. Drill green. Smash red. 6, 7. Ready.
Now Mond. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Red cycle. Yellow.
On second and goal. Mond. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.